What's up, guys? I'm here with my guy Dwayne Bailey, right, Dwayne? That's your
Yes,
last name.
sir.
Anyway, I'm here with my guy Dwayne Bailey. We're here. He is my Big Guy Bets Bracket Challenge champion. And honestly, guys, I was going to start interviewing him even before the challenge started. One of my day one guys since I started on here, but since Dwayne did win, that's part of the challenge, and so he gets to kind of come on here, gloat a little bit. So I guess, Dwayne, the first question is, what made you pick the Gators and how did you beat the rest of us, brother?
Well, to be honest, picking the Gators was kind of just going with the home team. You know, I'm from
Hmm.
Tampa, Florida. I'm not really a Florida Gators fan. I am a Florida State Seminoles fan
Hmm.
at heart. So it was a little tough, but just seeing them throughout the year and the way they were playing ball and just taking care of the SEC and then also being the home team kind of what sold it for me.
Yeah.
And it was tough picking them over Duke. I did, well, I did have them and Houston in the championship. It was hard to pick Houston over Duke for one, but I did it, and I think that's what kind of paid out for me in the end. And
Yeah.
then Florida just taking care of business, I think, sealed it up. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. What the one thing that I was noticing is just like mine, I tried to go with too many upsets like there usually is, and there was like a lot more chalk this year. Did you notice when you were kind of filling it out? Like, did you have a lot? I haven't honestly looked at your bracket in a while. Did you have a lot of chalky stuff, or did you feel like when you're filling it out, like you had like regular, dogs or
to be honest, man, me and a couple of my guys that I got to join in, kind of did it a little bit late, because I was trying to get them in on the bracket and everything. And then I just realized I hadn't even submitted my entry. So we were at work actually, and we're on the back of the moving truck, and we're looking through, through the games. And I'm like, and we're talking about it, and we're all like, oh yeah, we think they might get them, or, but in my bracket specifically, I tried to pick upsets that I thought could really happen.
yeah? What was
I
your main one? Like, what was your best one that you picked? Do you remember?
I want to say it was Arkansas, and I think I had Arkansas going pretty far. I'd
Yeah.
have to go back and double check the
Right.
bracket. I did two of them, so I'm not sure like how I did the middle part of that one.
Mhm.
But I definitely think Arkansas was one of them, and just Houston not really being an upset in the end, but just to take care of business and their
Yeah.
mentality and toughness over Duke just at the end there was kind of crazy. So.
Yeah. Well, and guys, one thing I do want to note about Dwayne, he was one of the guys that got, the driving force of everybody that kind of ended up joining it. I think that because this channel is so new, there wasn't too many just random people that kind of ended up joining it. Ended up being Dwayne and basically his friends, I think is what generally what did you end up getting like four or five people right in there? Like you can
Yeah,
name off a couple if you want. I don't know who they are really, but
I think it
yeah.
was me and like five or six other people. I had my homeboy Mitch and JD, and
Yeah.
tried to get a couple other people in there.
Yeah.
Some guys I work with and stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah,
took
no,
care
I
of
appreciate
business.
it. And the one thing that made this pass cool, guys, is because I tried my best to get everyone kind of into it, but like at the end of the day, everything that I like made from the past basically just ended up giving it right back to Dwayne for winning it. Like he won the $100 and then he won. I still got to get him his shirt. We got to get that shirt size ordered. We're gonna be sending that.
Oh
And
yeah,
and then also, I will be putting that screenshot or right below, and it's basically how we did during March Madness time. I am a college baseball capper, but I honestly like this March Madness. It felt like we dominated. I think it was what 27-6, right? He's kind of got it right there in the background a little bit.
man, 27-6 overall.
Yeah.
I don't know if you see back there, but it's all green.
Yes, sir.
There's like a little bit of red in there, but you can't even see it,
And
honestly.
and that's the crazy part, guys. Some of those losses were plus money. Like one of them was an Arkansas plus 250. So a lot of the wins I mean, they were just coming in all sorts of different waves. And I know that if you're able to join the pass, a lot of those guys, if they were ended up just taking my picks, copy and pasting them, you guys cashed pretty good, right, Dwayne? I mean,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, so definitely going to be doing that next year. Hopefully, we can get more people on the whole train because it was an amazing opportunity to get to kind of talk with you guys, talk smack a little bit, see if anybody was going to beat me, and obviously you did. I think there was one other person. I don't claim to be a college bracket expert, but I know how to read the books, and we crushed them during college basketball because the Florida Gators definitely took us to the promised land. But
Oh man.
um one thing with Dwayne, guys, we were kind of chatting it up about it, and I didn't know this, before he found my channel, but he actually played baseball at UCF, right, Dwayne?
Yes, sir. Central Florida Knights. We were the Golden Knights back then, but yeah,
And he also, did you get drafted by the Angels or were you
I
undrafted?
did. I
What
got
round?
drafted in the 21st round by the Angels. Yeah, but Tom Kochman was my scout. So
Yes,
yeah,
sir. Yeah,
yeah.
and he has a little screenshot. I'll probably put it right here in this video as well. He was in the same lineup as some people would know, Mike Trout.
Uh, Yeah, man. Being fortunate enough to have a small minor league career, I did get to have some run-ins with some people, some pretty big names. One being Mike Trout. You know, he was my roommate there for about a half a season in low A ball, and then once again up in Double A. And that's my guy. I wish him well. You know, he's had a hell of a career, and he just that's crazy things about life, man.
Do you have any I know I maybe texted you about this, but did you have any cool stories about Mike when you guys were playing together?
Oh man, just that he was always drinking Pepsis, bro. Like if if this guy didn't have a Pepsi in his hand or in the dugout or in the locker room somewhere, even after the games, we were ordering pizza. He had Pepsi, so he was a. I don't know about nowadays, but back then,
Yeah,
he was a huge Pepsi fan. But that's just one thing that kind of stuck out. He was
yeah,
a real stocky guy though, always, and I
yeah.
just always could tell that he had a he had that athlete in him, so
Did he
it's
go
good to
about
see.
everything differently than everybody else? Do you feel like he worked maybe a little bit harder, or do you think he was just that much better than everybody else?
I think in the beginning he was just that much better than everyone else, and coming from New Jersey where he's from, I know he worked hard with his father out there and stuff. I
Yeah,
know a little bit about his background, but he definitely is a very talented individual, and I know he does work hard too. So that's kind of where what got him to where he's at now. So
yeah. No, that's super cool, and kind of since obviously Dwayne played in the Angels organization, now he has gone into the gambling space. Dwayne, tell us how you got into the gambling space, brother.
well, getting into the gambling space was just kind of trying to make a little extra buck here or there, just to put, like we always talk about, put some extra groceries in the fridge or do
Yes,
something.
sir.
So some extra beer money, whatever it may be. And it's been kind of recently, because gambling down here in Florida, sports gambling hasn't always been, a very legal or popular thing down here. But I think that's changed recently. So
Mhm.
that's kind of what's got me more into it, and just being able to create that avenue of maybe some extra income. We never want to
Yeah.
give our money to the books. So.
Never want to give the money to the books. And one thing I don't know, have you been doing it for a while, or did you just recently start doing it this year when you kind of found the page?
I would say pretty hardcore just this year, and it was kind of crazy how it happened. I just was stumbling through Hard Rock on the app, and I was seeing some NCAA baseball here and there, and it kind of dawned on me like, hey, maybe I might know a little bit about this. Let me dive into it, and
Yeah.
so I did for a little bit. Took a couple of hard hits, so took a step back, and then I was like, all right. So I started watching YouTube videos, and then that's how I came across Big Guy Bets, and I was like, whoa, okay, so this is a cool video.
Yeah.
Not very many people talking about college baseball, especially in the betting world online. I think I ran into maybe one other platform, and that was on YouTube. It was the College Experience or something like that.
Yeah, they do a pretty good job sometimes too. They don't pull out content too much like every single day, but they definitely come out with yeah, weekend series stuff. They're pretty good too though.
Yeah, for sure. So mainly it was just, the realness of the video and, what I was, we talked about this a little bit, but the intro was kind of what got me. And I was like, man, that's kind of funny. It reminded me of like my college days and
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
So I was
Yeah.
like, let me check out the video. And, I watched it all the way through and I was like, man, this guy, let me try out this free play and see what's going on. And so I think that one hit. And then the next day I was like, let me see if he's throwing up another video. And then I think he did another one. I was like, all right, cool. Here we go.
Yeah. Yes,
So,
sir.
and then it's kind
And
of
yeah,
just
and
listening.
one thing I guess that I have to say, when I first started, guys, just putting it out there, I just started this year, but Dwayne was probably one of the first people. Just randomly one day, I got a comment, and this guy's like, "Let's go f the books." And I'm just like, hell yeah, somebody's liking the content, and that's kind of how we got engaged. So obviously he started watching the videos, and it obviously probably helped that we started off on like an 8-0 run on the on the free picks. That's kind of how I gained mostly everybody. But to this point this year, I'd have to go back to what we are looking at. But right now we're here 10-4 run. But overall, since I started the clips, I think it's like 38-14. I think on my free picks. So
Yeah.
the free picks have just been cashing for everybody. I know a lot of people that just
And those are just the free picks.
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, I know, and it's just been a great year, and that's kind of like my next question, Dwayne. You don't have to necessarily say money wise, but how would you say since you found my channel, you've seen your bankroll continue to grow?
um, I'm a pretty small bettor at this point in time, I would say. I'm not like a tiny bettor, but I'm a small bettor right now. But I can definitely see with the discipline of, learning the bankroll and just doing the units and following play by play and step by step.
Yes, sir.
That's it's definitely a profitable area or space in the betting arena. I know a lot of people that lose a lot of money betting.
Yeah.
I've probably lost some money myself, but now that we're back on track, I just I see it keep growing and growing, and I'm not having to deposit money to make more bets, and that's a great thing. So yeah, it's just been great.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and that's kind of the main thing, guys. It's kind of what Dwayne's talking about. We always talk about managing bankroll. Maybe at the start of the channel when I was really trying to get you guys putting out a bunch of different plays, but at the end of the day, it's about the quality, not the quantity of plays. Sometimes on Fridays I'll get a little bit frisky, like this last Friday, put out 5 or 6, and I know that some people get a little bit scared about that, but there's a reason why we made 5 units on Friday. Like if you really do like the board, but at the end of the day, you do have to keep condensed down. You got to find different spots that you do like. But I love hearing guys like Dwayne that kind of really listen to that and start building their bankroll slowly. Because then at the end of the day, if the day doesn't go as great as we want to, or whatever it may be, which hasn't happened very much, but it does happen. But he continues to never. The biggest thing is, guys, he doesn't have to deposit money, and that's that's always a good thing. When you're having to deposit money, that means you're whoever it is that you're tailing, or whether it's yourself, you're not doing a good job.
Yeah, it means it's
So
time to reevaluate.
exactly. And that's kind of the main thing, guys. I just wanted to make sure that everybody kind of knows Dwayne is going to be a ride or die, and he doesn't know this yet, but I am going to be giving him a free lifetime pass. You don't have to pay no
What?
money, brother. I do
Yes,
appreciate
sir. Thank you, bro.
I do appreciate everything that he's done. Whether we continue to keep on building this, which I do see it happening, guys, but he's an
For sure.
amazing follower. I consider him a friend. He's an amazing guy. He works hard. He has a family and kids, and he still comes out and supports me every single day, and I appreciate that. So he's going to be my lifer for free. He doesn't have to pay me $1. I hope I get to end up traveling to Florida sometime so we can meet up or something, bro, because I do
Definitely,
really
definitely.
appreciate you, dog. It's been nice getting to know you guys, and it's also nice, meeting another pro baseball guy, or at least a guy that played in college as well, because I did myself, and so it's cool to see, the former baseball guys getting into the gambling space and screwing the books over, bro. So I do appreciate you, dog.
Thank you, man. Thank you. That's
Sir.
awesome. And
Yeah.
I appreciate you as well. That's quite the gift. If you guys haven't been on the Winnable, I mean, that lifetime pass is nothing to joke around about. And hopefully, like he's saying, we can take this channel to another level. And
Yes, sir.
I'll just continue to show my support. And I'm here.
Yes, sir. And again, guys, I do really appreciate him. Dwayne, at the end of the day, would you recommend Big Guy Bets to anybody in order to build your bankroll?
Oh, it's that's the only thing I recommend is big guy bets from now on. I'm out here. Hey man, check this video out.
Yes, sir.
Check this guy out. He knows what he's talking about.
Yes, sir. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. And at the end of the day, guys, the content hopefully is good as well. I try not to do too many crash out videos because that means that we're not hitting bets. But I know if I do crash out, at least it's a little bit entertaining, guys. But at the end of the day, as long as I have a smile on my face, that means that we're hitting bets, and that's the good thing about this channel, guys. So at the end of the day, everybody hopefully is winning, and that's the main thing, guys. The books never win. We want them to lose their electricity bill or whatever it may be. So hell yeah. Well, I do appreciate you, Dwayne. Thanks for hopping on here, brother, and congrats again on winning the Big Guy Bets Bracket Challenge, my man.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you as well, and take care. And let's get to this money.
Yes, sir.